Hello, Dr. Ron England, and we're going to talk about getting started with Ajax. Now, I'm doing this with Visual Studio 2012. You might be doing it with Visual Studio 2013 or an older version, but I'm going to kind of take you through getting up and running. Well, first thing you want to do is you got to get Ajax Control Toolkit in Visual Studio installed. You do that through the Tools menu, okay? And you're going to go down here in Tools to Library Package Manager. And you can use the Package Manager console if you know the command line, and it's really easy if you know the command line. But I'm going to go to Manage NuGet Packages. And that's going to give me a set of packages that I can actually install into my Visual Studio. And I know that I want to do Ajax. I'm going to use the Ajax Control Toolkit. And voila, if I do the search on this, I'll find that it's the very first one there. And right now it shows that it's installed. If I went to here, here's another one. It's a legacy version that is not installed. Or let's say menu extender, which is a neat little thing to have here. And menu extender is kind of nice because it converts owner lists into menus. But Ajax Control Toolkit. But if you didn't have it installed, you could click the install button, and then you're just going to wait while it installs, and it might give you a couple prompts, but it's going to install it. Once you're done, you're going to go up to, you can look at your references, and you look in your references, and you're going to see Ajax Control Toolkit in the references. Whoa, you're ready to go. You can start dropping and adding Ajax controls onto your pages. So let's look at that. I'll actually take this Ajax control off the page so I can re-add it. I added it, and I'm going to take it off. Let's remove it. Now, if I go down here, and what I want to do in this case is I'm going to put an editor. This is the Ajax Control Toolkit. Some of these will work a little differently, but you're going to have a number of Ajax tools. They'll be in the Ajax Toolkit, whatever the version is you're looking at. There'll be the list of the tools there. And we're going to play with a lot of these tools, but let's put an editor in here. And this is an HTML editor. So I'll call it an HTML editor, HE-edit stuff. And that does it. I have an HTML editor in my page. So what I'm going to probably do at this point is on this page, I'm going to run the code and see what happens. Now, I can show you what's going to happen. In most of the cases when you do this, you're going to come over here and you've got an error. Okay? Now, this isn't the error. I've already fixed all the errors. This is one of the errors that you've got. Well, what you're going to probably do is you're going to take the error and you're going to Google it and try to find how to fix the error. But let's go through some things that you will definitely need to do, especially if you're in this version of the HTML Control Toolkit to get the thing up and running. So I'm going to go to my Site Master. By the way, once I drop that tool drop that actual control into here, it should put a register up here where it registers the Ajax Control Toolkit and gives it a tag prefix, because that tag prefix corresponds to the tag prefix down here, CC1, and the name of the control. So this is the editor control in CC1, and CC1 is the Ajax Control Toolkit. But that's not solving our problem of why it's not running. Well, a few things that'll cause it to not run, which is this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come back here, and I am going to just run it so I can get an error. So I'm going to come over here, and it's going to be running and running, and it should give me an error. Okay, and it waits and it waits and it does stuff. And if I'm lucky, it'll give me an error that I'm expecting. Or maybe it'll do nothing. Well, I can just let the thing run. Okay, well, now it's doing nothing, but I actually know what errors to. Oh, there we go. MS Ajax bundle is not a valid script name. The name must end in GAS. Well, what does that mean? Well, you can Google it and find out, but let's go. I can tell you what that means. In Site Master, when you did this, Site Master, by the way, is because I'm using a master page in this kit. I have a set of scripts. And in that set of scripts, I have a script reference to MS Ajax bundle. And it doesn't point to anything. So what I do is I delete it. Bye-bye. It goes away. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to run it again. And if you run it again, you're probably also still going to get an error. This error, I can also tell you why you're getting the error. And that's because over here inside where you had that MS Ajax bundle, you probably had the script manager. Not the Toolkit script manager, but the script manager, which is the default script manager for your Visual Studio project. And that script manager is not going to handle Ajax scripts. You need to use the Ajax Controls Toolkit script manager. So what you'll simply do is change that script manager to be this script manager. And to do that, you will also need to have a reference to the Ajax Control Toolkit, which I've added up here. Assembly Ajax Control Toolkit, namespace Ajax Control Toolkit, and target prefix Ajax Control Toolkit. Hey, notice I'm consistent. And then down here, I changed the name of it to be Ajax Control Toolkit. That's the prefix, and then the name of the script manager. Now when I run this, okay, I can go back over here. Let's close these errors that I got. And by the way, there's another one of the errors that you'll get if as you're running through this. Whoops. And there's a parser error. Okay, that's of course the problem with that name MS Ajax bundle. But eventually, if you do it correctly, you're going to get down to something that looks like this. Now, in this case, I had a text box up here. You know what I can do here? I can go up here to my Edit Something page, and I can get rid of that text box. Now, that's going to, of course, cause some problems because in my code behind for Edit Something CS, which will now not work, these are going to turn red because they don't exist anymore. But you know what I can do? I have a new one. Okay, HE Edit Stuff. So I can change that to HE Edit Stuff. Okay, now look at that. The text is now red because I got a new set of properties that I've got to deal with. Okay, so I can put all that in there. Notice it's got a lot of properties here. I'm just going to, for the sake of time, leave this blank, or actually just comment this code out. But you can put stuff in there. I'll actually put content. Let's just go ahead and put it in there. Because it's not text anymore, it's content, because it's not just text. Okay, so I've got content now inside the control. I am going to go ahead and run it. Come back over here where it's going to be bringing up the new one. I got a whole bunch of pages up that I'm going to close. They were sample pages of things that would have occurred as we went through. But now I'm running it. It's connecting. I don't know why it's so slow. But once this is done connecting, I am going to get an HTML editor rather than just a plain old text box. A lot more exciting stuff. Come on. There we go. See that beautiful HTML editor right here, and I can now make things editing that's bold, and look, it's nice and bold, or I can have it in a different color. Okay, there's red, and I click done. It's actually, in this case, done. It's going to go ahead and read that, and then it fills in the button was clicked because that's what I told it to do. I didn't tell it to do anything with that. But look, that is an Ajax control. And now that you can get started with the Ajax Control Toolkit and get it up and running in your projects, we can do some really fun stuff with it, which is what we're going to start doing next. Thank you very much, and good programming.